So a few months ago, we intercropped some great northern white beans in amongst our potatoes. We had a late crop of potatoes we planted, and you can see the potatoes. Some of them are starting to die back here. We've got irrigation on them. Here's a potato here. But in the middle, we did some beans, some hard shell beans. And now some of them are at the stage that they're ready to be harvested. Now, you can do two different ways of harvesting this. You can just let them be and wait until the end of the season, dig the potatoes up, or whatever, whenever the beans are ready, you know, at the end of the season, you can harvest them, bring them in, and do it that way. The other method, which I would recommend, simply because if you have a lot of moisture, it can affect the beans inside the shell, or inside the husk. So these beans have got a dry texture to them. You can see here, because of the amount of moisture, we do have some darkening there, and that's the potential start of mold. So what we want to do is we want to go ahead and go through this bed and harvest any of the beans that are in a state of paper-like husk. So we'll just open them up, and you can see the beans here. They are moist. These are not beans, or they're not dry. So what we want to do is we want to get them out of the husk, simply because the moisture is you know, we're getting a lot of rain, and we can just put them on a paper plate, set them in a room off to the side with ambient light, normal room house temperature for a couple of weeks, and you will see they'll slightly change, get a little smaller because they'll dry out. But we want to get them out of the garden, because dry seeds in the house is far better than wet, soggy, moldy seeds in the garden here. And then once they are dry, you can also, you don't have to wait. If you're going to use these for cooking, you can use them right away. You don't have to let them dry to the state of hard, and then you have to re-soak them. But if you're going to save them for seed, you'd let them dry to their as dry as they can be. But again, we want to go through, we want to remove any of the husk or the beans that have been dried, simply because I don't want them to mold in the garden. So try that out. If you're intercropping with hard shell beans, now if you're growing regular edible pod beans, green beans, purple pod beans, yellow green beans, you want to harvest them when they're small so you can eat them and they're not tough because the seed is getting developed inside of it.
For more information, please visit thewisconsinvegetablegardener.com.